Okay, perfect. Yes, okay, please guys take notes not only on these calls but on every single calls that you jump on. And it's just for you to digest the information properly. So take notes. We always say that note takers are money makers. And always when you have any questions or if you feel confused, feel free to reach out to your enroller. We're here to help you. And if you don't ask, we don't want you to feel stuck. So feel free to ask. There's no dumb questions. You can always reach out to your enroller. If your enroller are not available, just feel free to reach out to anyone in any one of the admins in the group chat, and we will help you. And also make sure that you reach out to your enroller weekly with an update, okay? Because your enroller has so many people, probably has so many people in their team. So make sure that you're updating with your results, even if it goes like it doesn't matter if it's bad results or good results. Make sure that you update your enroller so they know where you are on your journey and if you need help with anything, okay? And also, if you are in London, please, guys, you have an office you can go to. Make it a priority to attend the office. I promise you will do so much for your journey. I'm from Sweden, we don't have an office, but I have flown all the way to London just to be at the office. So if you are in London, make sure you go to the office. Okay? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so when you started, you got a welcome message from your enroller, and it's just to make it easier for you as a beginner to know what to focus on. So just follow this welcome message step by step. And then if you have any questions, as I mentioned, just ask. And also make sure that you create a demo account with Q Markets because some of you are creating your accounts on MetaTrader 5 and then you can't trade with some currency, like cryptocurrency pairs. So make sure you create a demo account on Q Markets. And how you do it's really simple. You just log into Q Markets, you create a demo account, and then you will get an email with the credentials that you log into MetaTrader 5. Okay, really, really simple. And the first week, make sure you set up your demo account that you connected to MetaTrader 5 and that you practice copying and pasting trades. Okay, it's a demo account, it's fake money. Just copy and paste, go absolutely loco, make mistakes. It's not real money, it's just for you to practice and become more comfortable with the MetaTrader 5 app. Then the second week, go live and make sure you have a trading plan before you go live, okay? And that you will get help from your enroller as well, and then just copy and paste trades on your live account. And why we want you to go live and not be stuck on a demo account for so long is because when you actually go live and trade with real money, that's what you actually can make real money as well. So second week, go live, and also the third week, make sure you make a withdrawal. Make sure you are paying yourself, okay? So make a withdrawal, and then the fourth week, create a 3-month plan. You will help to get a 3-month plan, okay? See you next one. And this is some apps that you need to download, okay? Mighty app, there's where you find all the customer guide videos. So make sure you watch the first 7 videos. There's so much value on the Mighty app. So feel free to go around and watch. There's just so much value there. But first, watch the 7 first videos. And then if you want to get a better understanding of what Forex is, for example, there is 2 videos under the 7th video. There's 2 videos called Forex for Newbies. That's is so much good information there. So if you want to get a better understanding of Forex, I recommend you watch those videos. And also there's some information, like if you want to be an affiliate, there's also such so much good values there. And then also we have on the Mighty app, you can find live sessions that we have every single day. So what we have, this is something that I really, really like and recommend every newbie, every beginner to be on. It's the live sessions that we have Monday to Friday where we all trade together, and you find those calls on the Mighty app. So make sure you download the Mighty app and just go around, play around, look what you have there because there's so much value in there. And then also the GIF app, that's where the experts are communicating with us. So they will send us important updates when they have live calls, trade ideas. There's where you get the trade ideas. Sometimes we also send it in the WhatsApp chat, but you get the most of the trade ideas through the GIFA app. Okay, and so you just log into the GIFA app, and if you look like down in the middle, you will see like a chat bubble. That's where you find the trade ideas. Okay. And for you that doesn't know, I don't think everyone knows this, but we have a travel app, so you can get discounts on travels. Like you can book cheaper hotels, flights, and cruises. So make sure you look at that as well. And those who are serious will go through the whole website. This is what I did. As I mentioned in the beginning, I did not have the money to start. So when I started, I saw this in a like an when I started, I made sure because I put my last money into this that I went through the whole website. I was on every single team call. I took notes. No one had to remind me of a call. Like I wanted to learn. So just take this seriously, make the most of your investment. Yeah. So this is also some trading apps that you need to download. So TradingView is for you that want to learn how to analyze the market yourself. And then we have Stinil, where you can calculate your lot size. And risk management is something so important. And we will also go through it later during this call. But make sure you have Stinil and also MetaTrader 5. That's where we take all the trades. Okay. That's the trading platform where we place all the trades. And also Q Market, which is our broker. That's where we create our DEMA account. That's where we deposit our real money. That's where we make our withdrawals. Okay. And yes, so there's different academies we have here in GFU. Like literally, you can there's so much things here you can learn and you can create so many different income sources. I would recommend you focus on first Forex and mindset, because literally anything you do in life has, like literally anything you do is, it's all about mindset. Like with trading as well, 90% is mindset and 10% is the skill set. But I do recommend you learn the skill set. Um, I know not everyone started because they want to learn trading, and you don't actually need to learn trading to make money with it. That's why you started, because you wanted to have it as simple as possible. But I would recommend you to learn it because that's the skills that you have for the rest of your life. Okay. But focus on one thing, get good at one thing, and then add another thing. Don't try to do everything. That's something I did in the beginning. I wanted to learn everything, but I recommend you focus on one thing, get good at that, and then add another thing and another thing. Okay. And this also, this is such a good hack. What you can do, because the back office, the G4 Live, we don't have it as an app, but you can create, if you have an iPhone, you can kind of create it, like make it as an app on your home screen. So what you do is you take the website, and then you just, if you go down, you will see the share symbol. You press there and then you add it to your home screen, then you have it as an app. So you don't always have to search it up on Safari, for example. So this is really, really smart. Do it with the back office and the GFA Academy. And this is some people that I would recommend, some of our experts that I would recommend you to subscribe on the GFA app. Ignore the first one, but the rest, like Kevin, John, Oliver, Nick Angels, Tyler, Collins, make sure you take a screenshot and subscribe on every single one of them. Yeah, I think this is everything that I was gonna go through. Yeah, okay. So that all this was all for me, guys. This was actually me hosting my first English call, so I'm sorry if it was not the best. If you have any questions, feel free to ask after. But I am not going to continue the rest of the presentation. I'm going to leave it to someone really, really special, someone that came into this industry and took it seriously, now has really, really good, like he's a really, really good, profitable trader, and he's doing this full time, also helping other people, and he will go above and beyond to help other people succeed. So I will leave the word to you, Rheo.
Unmute. Hey. Hold on, guys. Let me just screen share. What up? So could everybody see my screen? Put a one in the chat if you could see my screen still, and if you can hear me clearly. Perfect. So thank you, Liana. I appreciate the kind words. And guys, could we just get some thank yous in the chat for Liana, please? Because this is extreme value that she's giving us, and she's literally giving us the gems that we need to actually succeed in this. She's giving you all of the tools to make money, to become the person you are and live life exactly the way you want to. And not only that, she's actually an individual that I find very, 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 very inspirational. She's also, just like you said about me helping people, I think Liana's a person that no matter who you are, she's willing to help you at any given time. You could reach out to her and she'll literally just give you her time of the day, as much as she's a very busy person. So thank you for also showing me how to lead with my heart and, make time for everyone else. So definitely appreciate you. Okay. So everyone can see my screen, right? Okay. Pardon, hold up. So to get to it, how to use MetaTrader 5, guys. So MetaTrader 5, for those that don't know, that is the app that we actually use to make the trades. So your broker should be connected to your MetaTrader 5, and you use MetaTrader 5 to actually make the trades. So if you're from the US, your broker is probably, and the trading platform will be NTW Markets probably. I'm not too well versed on that one, so I can't really speak into that one. Probably speak to your enroller. If you're on a demo, trial and error the app before you go live. So, but sorry. Prior to this, I've had a lot of conversations with people that were new a long time ago, and they would say to me, "Oh, I'm not live yet because I'm practicing a strategy or I'm perfecting this." The demo is not for perfecting strategies. It's definitely not. It's just for you to understand what each button does, right? So just like Liana said, go crazy on it. Press every button. This is where you over leverage. Try every single different trade that there is. Try every trade idea that there is. Just figure out what's for you and what's not. And it's just like I said, it's pretty much just for you to understand what each button does. Okay. So what that technically means is it's just like, yeah, you're only going to actually learn properly and make money once you actually go live. So a lot of the learning or the things that a lot of people are expecting to experience when they're on the demo, you won't. Because once you go live, it's a whole different mindset. So the reason of the demo is just strictly just so you understand what each button does, nothing more, right? So there's no reason you should be on the demo for any longer than a week, 2 weeks max. For people that are busy, maybe got kids, you can't put enough time into this, 2 weeks max. There's no reason anybody should be on a demo longer than 2 weeks. None. Money's not the reason because we got loads of ways of getting money here also, right? So now we have two different ways of making a trade, let's say. So when you actually click onto your pair, so you go onto the trade, you go onto, hold up, maybe I should share my screen for this, but no, we've all got MetaTrader 5. So when you're on your quotes page, and you actually click onto whichever pair you want and then you press trade, you'll come to this screen, right? So when it's on market execution at the top, this enters you directly where the market is. So you only do this when the price is at entry, right? So market execution means we're placing that trade now for now. Okay. The other option, or wait, before I get there, when you do this, guys, listen to this very, very, very carefully. Do not, do not. And I shouldn't ever tell you guys what to do and what not to do. It's only advice, but it's up to you if you take this and if you don't. Do not enter a trade without your stop loss. It's the most dangerous thing you can do. Do not ever do that, right? It makes your take profit, if your take profit isn't there yet, or they've sent you a trade through and the take profit isn't in the actual trade idea just yet. Okay, good question. Good question. What is a stop loss? So your stop loss and your take profit is exactly is basically the price that it takes you out of the trade at. So what that means is your expert will give you a trade with a stop loss and a take profit. So that means if it hits the stop loss, that is when you're actually in a minus and it will take you out of the market. The reason why that's there is to stop you losing even more money, right? Now your take profit, once it's gone to a certain price that the expert has predicted, you're in profit now. That's where they predicted it to go to. It will take you out of the market automatically. So you don't have to sit there and stare at your phone for the whole day. Does that make sense? Put a one if you're with me. Put a one if you know what a stop loss is in the chat. Put a two if you have no idea and you want me to go over it again. A few people are direct messaging me. You can, of course, but you're probably better off doing it in the main chat. Okay. So I will explain that again. So your stop loss and your take profit, they're two different things, right? They're one is when you're in profit, one is when you're in minus, right? So your stop loss is when you're in a minus, and that will be at a specific value, right? So once the value actually goes to that number and it hits that price, it will take you out of the trade automatically. So for example, if you're in a trade and your stop loss is at a certain value, it could be at -£5. So as soon as that trade goes to -£5, it will take you out of that trade automatically, right? You might think, why would we have that? You'd rather lose £5 than watch the market keep going down and now you've lost £50 in a matter of seconds, right? Does that make sense? Now, your take profit is the same thing, just the opposite. It's actually when you're in a profit. So it could be at £50 profit, it hits your £50 profit, it just takes you out the market. You don't actually need to press anything once it hits that. So yes. So take profit is auto cash out that you can then withdraw. Yes, correct. Correct. And another reason why these things are quite good and very, very what's the word I would say, very resourceful is because a lot of us are busy. No one really wants to sit there staring at their phone all day. So you put your take profit in, you put your stop loss in, you put the trade in, you put your phone in your pocket, you go back to work. You go look after the kids, you go do whatever it is that you're doing, and you know that once your trade is at a certain price, it's going to take you out automatically. You're not going to forget it, right? So that's why it's very important. Without that stop loss, like I said, you know what both of those are, but the stop loss is so important, guys. Without that, you might as well be gambling. You might as well go to Bet365 or Ladbrokes and just risk your money, right, guys? This is here to protect you. So buy and sell limit. That enters you at a specific, exactly like a safety net. Sorry, guys. Your stop loss is exactly your safety net. That's exactly what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Right? So your buy and sell limit, guys. Um, so a trade is where there's a stop loss. So a trade where there is a stop loss shouldn't go down. You shouldn't go in because it's going down. No, 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 no. Every trade that you make should have a stop loss. It's your safety net. So if it goes below a certain price, it takes you out of the market. So you're not still in that trade when it continues going in that direction. Does that make sense? Okay, before I move on, if you still don't understand what a stop loss is, put a two in the chat, please. And don't worry if you don't. This is exactly what these calls are for us to help you understand. So I don't actually mind going over it 100 times. It's totally fine. All right? Anybody? Okay. Hilma. So when you place a trade, you're at a specific price, right? The market's either going to go up or it's going to go down. You're either going to be in profit or you're going to be in minus. You actually never really know where the market's going to go. So what you want to do is protect your money. Let's not even talk about take profits right now. Let's just talk about stop losses. You want to protect your money. In this game, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you could save and protect. Trust me. So the market could always go down and you could always be in minus, right? But you always want to protect your minus. So the way we do that is we put in a stop loss. So once it goes down to a certain price, a certain amount of minus, it will cap out and take you out of the market at that point, right? So it literally cashes you out of the trade at that moment. Exactly, Cedric. Perfect, perfect. So buying and selling limit, right? It enters you at the market at a specific price. This is the price in which we predict the market will go, and you're placing an order at that price. So when the market gets there, you will automatically enter you into the trade, and it reaches the entry price. So what it is market execution is when we see a price that is ready to go into now, whereas buy in limit or sell limit is where we think it's going to go, and once it goes there, it will enter us automatically. So pretty much, if you look at the pictures on the screen, it has your entry price, your invalidation. Invalidation and stop loss is the same thing, guys. Make sure you remember that. Invalidation and stop loss is the same thing. Okay? So in case you hear someone use one word or the other, just bear that in mind. So all you pretty much got to do is just put in the correct information. When we say copy and paste is the way to make money, we're not actually joking. You're literally just copying and pasting all of the information from the experts into these exact spaces here, right? So that's exactly how you use it. If you've got any more questions before I move on, fire away. So is the take profit also maxed out at the predicted figure of the trade? I don't know what you mean by maxed out, but take profit is exactly where they predict the market's going to go, and that's where they advise you to get out of it, pretty much. So a lot of the times you can have more than one take profit, but we'll probably get into that a bit later. So to enter a trade, this probably is going to give you guys a bit more information, right? So to enter a trade, so if you look on the left, these are examples of some pairs that we have. So let's say gold, XAU, USDS, right? So you're going to go to your quotes page and you're going to see XAU, USDS, right? Some of you XAU, USD, but it's the same thing, right? So you click on that and then you click on to trade. So in this example, we're going to be talking about market execution. So that is where we're getting in straight away. Okay. So the right here is exactly what it looks like. The trade idea looks like. So stop loss and invalidation. That's the main thing. Without that, you never want to get into a trade. Trust me, guys. I'm going to keep saying that. You never want to do that. Right. So it's told us to sell gold. Right. So what we do, we make sure it's on market execution. Now, your lot size is the most important thing. I'm not gonna lie. Make sure you got your risk management correct, and we will go through that also. And all you're simply doing is inputting the information that you're given into the app. So look, stop loss here, 2760. Stop loss, 2760. Take profit. Now, I usually advise my team, especially once they start or people I work with personally, to stick to TP1 in your first couple of weeks or until you actually get your own understanding of what's going on, until you decide to if you want to take TP2 or TP3. So from my understanding, TP1 has a 90% chance of hitting. And so let's say here 2745. Take profit 2745. So that is all you're doing, right? It says sell. Once you've input the information, you just press sell. And that is your trade done. And what that's going to do now, once again, back on the stop loss, if it goes down to this price here, 2760, it will take you out the market automatically. And if it hits the number 2745, it will also take you out in profit. All right? You with me, guys? Put a one if you're still with me, guys. I'm going to make sure everyone's actually understanding what's going on here. Perfect, 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 perfect. Cool. Risk management. This is the most important part. Now, guys, a lot of the time, people, we're all here to make money. Let me not lie. We're all here to make money, right? But the main thing is having calculated risks. We're not gamblers. We take calculated risks, right? Whoever's drawing on the screen, be careful. You might be touching the screen. Just be careful because you're actually drawing on it. So yeah. Anyway, so we all want to make money, but the main way to make money is to just be very disciplined. So this is I say it's very easy to make money, but it's hard to keep it. And the reason why I think that is, personally, before I get into it, is because, right, you hit your targets and you see other people making maybe more money than you in the chat, and that makes you go back into it again. And now you're over trading, now you're over leveraging because you're not happy with how much you made. And at the end of the day, you've now lost all your money because of what? At some point in the day, you was in profit and you was happy, right? The reason why that probably is and you lost money is because you didn't understand the risk management. So you want to be risking 3 to 4% of your balance daily, right? So if you have £100, you only want to be risking £3 to £4 a day, nothing more, right? You want to take 3 trades daily. However, some trades you might want to risk a little bit more. And after one target is hit, you could break even and take partials. So when you break even, you could bring your stop loss up to your entry point, and that way you go risk free. You make sure you haven't lost any money. And if you're in profit, you could also take out a percentage of that money by taking partials. What we'll do, I believe there's a taking partials video, which I could actually send to you guys if you actually want to know. For those that really want to know the steps of these things, message me after this for the take partials video, and let's see who's actually serious. All right. So cool. Now, basic risk management. If you have £100, you risk 0.01. You have £200, you risk 0.02. £500, 0.05. £1,000, 0.1. Right? Do you guys understand that? So I'm gonna ask you guys a question. If you have a £700 account, how much are you risking? What is your lot size going to be with a £700 account, guys? If you already okay, okay, cool, cool, wicked, wicked. Okay, now 20 grand. How much? Well done, well done. So if you stick to that, right, you're fine. But what I tend to see is people would have, for example, a £200 account and they're doing 0.06 on a trade. What do you think is going to happen when that happens, guys? Tell me. I want it to be a nice conversation. What do you think happens with a £200 account? You do a 0.06. What happens? Forget your stop loss. It wouldn't even get there. Your account is probably going to blow. You're going to lose your whole entire account in one single trade. And even if you didn't, you're gonna lose way more than 3 to 4%. You'll lose over half your account. That's what's gonna happen. So if you want to be winning a certain amount of money or doing a certain lot size, you want to make sure that you've got that type of money in your account. That's exactly what you want to do, right? So how to get more money in your account, that's not a conversation between me and you. You want to talk to your enroller about how can I get more money in my account. Speak to your enroller about that and they'll show you the exact ways that they can do that, right? So anyway, what this setup means, right? So due to our win rates and the scanners and stuff, you could actually lose 7 times in a row and still be profitable, right? So and because of the risk management. So every trade, let's say we risk £10. If we lose 7 trades, we've lost £70, right? Now, if we win 3 trades at a 3 to 1 ratio, we've just won £90. So we are £20 in profit. Does that make sense? I'm going to say that again. So, for example, let's say we're just risking £10 a trade, just £10. That's what we're risking. Okay. We lose 7 trades in a row. That means we're £70 down, right? We still make 3 more trades after losing the 7. We make 3 more trades at a 3 to 1 ratio, and we've just won £90. Now we are £20 in profit. We've just lost 7 and won 3, and we're still in profit. Do you guys understand how important risk management is? You can actually lose more trades than you win, and you're still in profit. You with me? The only reason why this is because you've actually stuck to the risk management. Whereas someone who has over leveraged, they wouldn't even get the chance to experience these numbers because within those 7 trades, their account doesn't exist anymore. You get what I'm saying? And now you got to load up and make a new one. We don't want to do that, guys. All right? Cure markets. So everyone, I don't know about everyone, but everyone in the UK for sure should be on cure markets. We've got lower spreads for those that actually understand what that means. Instant withdrawal, guys. I know some of the brokers that they have 24 hours, 48 hours, 1 to 3 days. But recently, I've found myself in situations where I've been needing to access my money very quickly. And thanks to cure markets, instantly, instantly, instant. You send it to your bank, you withdraw it, you spend it, you do what you need to do. And also, I don't know if you guys are aware or if you've had it or not, but we have loads of bonuses, right? So once you deposit a certain amount, you get an extra percentage on top of that, right? So if you didn't know that, you want to reach out to your enroller as soon as this call's done and say, get me this bonus, get me live with the bonus ASAP. I want to make some money now. Okay? Even in Sweden. Even in Sweden. I believe, yes, in Sweden. I'm pretty sure Sweden has it too. So, yes, correct. So if you look here, there's loads of different bonuses that we have. And like I said, you want to go through it with your enroller to decide which one is exactly for you. And that's just extra credit to trade with as well. So the more money you have, the more money you make. So have more money in your account to make more money. It's a simple thing, guys. So what you want to do also is create a 90-day trading plan as soon as you are live, right? As soon as you are live. And if you work with me directly, there's nobody in my team that goes live without a trading plan. That is doesn't make sense. There's no direction, right? You want to have a direction. You want to know exactly step for step how you want to what you want to go through. So a trading plan. Let me sorry, I just need to move something out of the way. You guys can still see my screen. I'm gonna quickly go through one. I'm not gonna go through it in much detail, but I'm just gonna quickly show you what a trading plan looks like. All right. So if you look here, let's say you lot ruined my screen with all of that writing. Okay, let's say we got a £500 account, right? Right, we got a £500 account. We're aiming for 5% daily. Okay, so on our first day of trading, we are aiming to make 25 pounds. This is the moment when I say it's guys, it's easy to make money and it's hard to keep it. So now this is your race, this is your trading plan. This is for you. Everyone has a different trading plan. Understand this is for you, right? So let's pretend this is me in this example. My trading plan, £25. So I hit my £25 mark, and now I've seen Melando make £420 in the market. What am I going to be tempted to do, guys? If I've just won £25, Melando's just come and put in a screenshot in the results chat. He's just won £450. What am I tempted to do? Yep. Okay. And then now Jody comes and puts in £600. And then Melanie comes in and puts in whatever she puts in. What happens next? Exactly. But what you need to understand is your race is your race. Forget about them. Forget about them. This good. We're gonna celebrate them and tell them congratulations and give them good energy. But that's their race. Your race is different. The only reason why you're probably going to fail this is because you're looking at other people and you're not paying attention to yours. Get your £25 and you're done. Do not trade again for the rest of the day. Go and share the business. Go and tell someone what you've done. Go and work on yourself. Do it. Go and take it out and spend it on yourself. Do anything apart from going back into the market because you've seen someone else win some money. All right. So now, just to pretty much show you the basis of it, we're pretty much, yes, you're pretty much just compounding every day. So if you look, it starts with £25, goes to 26. Each day it's just bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit. And eventually, after 90 days, you could potentially turn £500 into 10 grand just by compounding, just by sticking to your plan, just by staying in your lane. Simple as, right? So that's pretty much what a trading plan is. I don't want to go too much into too much detail. If you're live and you're trading without one, go to your enroller or your next 2K up, find out who that is and get a trading plan because none of you guys should not be trading without one. If you are trading without one and you weren't aware, it's probably not your fault. Maybe send me a message and I'll make sure you do get one. So guys, this is you can find this on I actually use one called Calculator Site, but there's also Compound Daily, right? They're pretty much the same thing. Everyone should have this if you're live. Without it, it makes no sense. You're gambling. You're trading with no direction, and you don't even know when are you gonna stop. When do you stop? Without a trading plan, when do you actually know when to stop? You don't. So you're gonna keep on going, right? Compound daily. Compound. I'll show you here. Look. So if you look here, compound daily, right? Compounddaily.org. Let me add that. Okay. So it takes 21 days to create a habit, 90 days for a lifestyle change. I'm gonna say that again. 21 days to create a habit, 90 days for a lifestyle change. So guys, if you gave this opportunity a go for 90 days, like consistently put in effort for 90 days, I feel confident, not going to say guarantees because I'm not allowed to use that word. I feel extremely confident that you will see a difference in your life that you probably never thought would happen. Okay, cool. So Stinu is an app that you also want to do. So that risk management that I gave you earlier is quite basic, but if you want to take it to a further level and actually get a bit more of an advanced way to calculate your lot size, definitely download Stinu and have fun, right? Study 3 to 5 currencies. Personally, me, I'd never study more than three because I like to focus on what I want to focus on. I don't want to have too much to focus on. Study 3 to 5 currencies. It's entirely up to you. Create a routine. Guys, personally, I didn't really introduce myself and stuff. I probably forgot to do that. Apologies. But I would say when I came into this, I asked a few of the leaders, Bonds, I actually asked Bonds, what is his routine specifically, and the routine he had at the time kind of fit my lifestyle. So if this is you, then I would advise you to do it. So he told me he does his trading, he does like a lot of trading from just the day up until 4 o'clock. And then after he'll either work on himself, work on the business, or whatever else he's got to do throughout that day. But he'll trade during the morning and during the early afternoon, and later on he'll focus on other important things. So me as a delivery driver at the time, I finished work at 1 p.m. So I've got 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. to trade, make my money, and then the rest of the day, I've got whatever else to do, right? And the reason I'm telling you that is because I only started to make money and actually learn, forget money. I actually started to learn things and grow once I had a routine, right? And even so, as I've become a bit more experienced in the business, I only started to experience maybe downfalls and stuff once my routine went. As soon as I got my routine back up again, everything else goes back up again. Promise you guys, right? So just give it a try. Study 1 to 2 educators. Also, they also have their courses. They've got so many videos where they go live. So there's loads of educators here. Do not try and follow all of them and just have everything all in one. That is what I tried to do when I started, and it just doesn't make sense. It can't happen. It's your brain's gonna get stretched in so many different directions, it makes no sense, right? So you rather master a few things than just be all right at loads of things, right? Does that make sense? So find out whichever educators are for you. Liana gave you guys a list of some of the educators earlier. It's entirely up to you which guys you want to study, but definitely study 1 to 2 and rather than the whole group, right? You want to find your product. You could use all of them, but you want to find your product that you could actually specialize in. And every single person on this call could specialize in some sort of product. So whether it's the scanners, whether it's the trade ideas, or whether it's the live sessions, make sure you guys are involved in all of them. You've experienced all of them, and you actually know which one is actually going to get you to where you need to get to, right? Mindset, guys. Oh my gosh. So let me see how much people. We had 70 something people on now, but now we've only gone down to 61. So only 61 of you are actually going to understand how important your mindset is, guys. Which ones did I study? Which ones did I study? That is not for me to say because I don't want to influence anyone to do what they're doing. I would advise you to look into that, right? But we gave you guys a list of ones we advise. Pick whichever ones you want out of those. Let me see. Let me see. So if you ignore Marv, if you ignore the top two, take a screenshot, follow the rest, and decision's up to yours. I will say Nick Engels, different gravy. Different gravy. I can't lie. Nick Engels, big business. But anyway, mindset, guys. 90% of trading is your mindset. Trust me when I say this. This is from someone who's won a lot of money in the market. I definitely have. This is from someone who's lost a lot of money in the market. I definitely have. And what I've learned is this your mindset. I was told that beforehand and I didn't want to listen. Guys, how many times? Put a one in the chat if you've been told something in this business by your mentor or your upline and you didn't listen and you had to find out the hard way. Let's get one in the chat. If you've lost money, you've something's happened because you didn't listen. Because you didn't listen. Yeah, cool. So, mindset, right? What you don't hear, you don't feel, you must feel. Exactly. 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 And Melando used to tell me the same thing. And for those that don't know Melando is my mentor, who's a very good mentor in the game, tells me the same thing. Trust me. You don't hear, you must feel. And it happened to me. So, guys, I'm gonna break it down. Your mindset is everything. I'll give you the best example. I'll give you the best example, right? You panicked on the demo and need to not chase a trade. Never chase a trade. Never chase a trade. Never chase a trade. But I'll be honest, yeah, you panicked on demo. Some people do that. Um, we want to get you live so you can actually get into the mindset that you need to be in when you're live, right? So let me break this down for you guys, how important this is. Let me give an example of mindset. Uh, who are we going to use as an example today? Let's just give me a random name. Let's say Deborah, right? So Deborah is the positive person with a great mindset. I'm the negative person with a bad mindset. Me and Deborah both take the same trade, right? Within an hour, we're both in minus £20. Deborah, her mindset's perfect. She's all right. She knows the trade is probably going to reverse. She's already accepted what she could lose because you never want to be in a trade without accepting what you could lose. Remember that? So she's already accepted it. She's fine. Now, me with a negative mindset in this example, I'm panicking now. I'm looking at that minus £20. I'm panicking. I don't want that to hit minus 50. I don't want it to go any lower. She doesn't care. She's put her phone in her pocket. She's gone about the rest of her day. Okay. Now, 20 minutes later, it's gone down by £70. I'm in minus 90. Deborah's in minus 90. The difference is her mindset's fine. She's already accepted it. I am panicking. And what am I going to do? Now I've got anxiety crazy. What am I gonna do at this moment once it's in £90? What do you think my action is to do? Because I think I'm gonna lose even more. What am I about to do? Let me see in the chat. What was the I'm about to close the trade. I'm about to close the trade because I don't want to lose money. Whereas Deborah, she's already accepted it. So whether it loses or it wins, she doesn't care. Her phone hasn't even come out of her pocket. And by the time it has, she's probably £20 up. And where am I? Minus 90. So we both took the same trade. One person's made profit and one person didn't. We took the same trade. How? It's your mindset. It is your mindset, guys. Trust me when I say that. Like I said, I've made money and I've lost money. So trust me when I say it is your mindset, 90%. And honest to God, if you have not, put a two in the chat if you have not been to a Sammy's morning mindset call yet. Put a two in the chat. If you haven't, it's fine. Don't worry. If you haven't, guys, the game changer is here. I promise you. This is why I always have my love and respect for Sammy is, in case you don't know who she is, she's one of the leaders in the business as well. Definitely get to know her. My love and respect for Sammy is through the roof because not only is she a lovely person, yes, they're actually 8 o'clock. Yes, in the mornings, Tuesday and Thursday, guys. I'm not doing this just to promote, and I'm actually being real. This is me giving you guys my experience, right? Sammy's amazing as a person, right? Because she doesn't actually need to do these calls. She doesn't get paid. It's nothing like this. She just learned a few things, studied a few things along the way, and just gives everyone else the same value. And why I'd always hold Sammy very dearly in my heart, right? You see these calls where I was as a man, as a person, human, mentally my outlook on life, the way I used to think, compared to where it is now is different. And a huge part of that is because of the mindset. Now, Sammy, is she an educator? Not from the company, but she's definitely someone you're very fortunate to have access to. 1,000,000%. There's only one Sammy, guys. So I'm not gonna oversell it. I'm just gonna be honest, guys, right? So Tuesday and Thursday, 8 o'clock, right? In the morning. In the morning. A lot of you guys, maybe you got work, maybe this, right? So I'm gonna show you a lot later where you can access some of these videos. But please, please do not complain about losing money. Do not complain to your mentors or your uplines about anything unless you've been on these calls. And if you've been on these calls and you're going to implement what she says, then, and if it doesn't work, I'll probably give you back your subscription. But there'll be recordings, yes. So anyway, the whole point of what I'm saying, guys, she gives mindset calls in the morning, and it's the perfect time because you've just woken up, and she's setting the tone for the rest of the day. And what it started doing, it started to make me feel different, right? And I started to feel different, so I started to act different. But the game changer came when she gives you like loads of instructions and tips and things to do. So take notes when you're on her call. So actually, once I started to take notes and actually implement them, not just take notes and leave my notes in my bag or never read it again or never open my notes page. No, when I actually started to implement them properly, I promise you guys, life changed rapid. I got results really quick. So, like I said to you, I wasn't on the Zoom call before. I wasn't taking Zoom calls on Sammy. I wasn't listening to my mentor Melando at first. I weren't making no money. Honest to God, I was broke. I was mash. I weren't making nothing. I'm just gonna be honest. I weren't. And then exactly what happened. As soon as I started to listen to him, even though, and he could tell you himself, even though there was times I still didn't think he was right, I still gonna listen because I'm listening to myself and I'm still not getting any results. Whereas you're a man who's actually got the results. You've already done what I'm trying to do. So although I might not agree or see it the way you see it, I'm just gonna just listen blindly. I'm gonna just shut up, listen to what you're saying, focus on what Sammy's saying, also just apply it to my life and see what happens. And I promise you, on my life, guys, my life changed very quick. It's very what I say it happens consistently. I started getting results very consistently quick. It wasn't a long period of time. It just happened as soon as I started listening and I plugged in. So your mindset is everything, okay? 8:30 CET. I'm not exactly sure. When it comes to like talking about time in different time zones, I am bad in that verse. So can somebody answer Hamzi as to when Sammy's calls are in the format he asked, please? But anyway, while we're getting to that, so like I'm saying, not your mindset. Your mindset's everything. So your diet is everything that you ingest. It's not just your food. It's not just your drinks. It's things you see. It's people you talk to. It's things you hear. It's what you read. These are all your part of your diet, right? So just like we say, G food's about health and stuff. You got to have a healthy mind. If mindset is everything, so the best investment you could ever make is into you. You have to do what most to have what most don't, you got to do what most won't. Right? So don't look at your friends or your other people around you and they're like, oh, they're not reading, they're not doing this. I might look silly. Be the one that's actually going to do it. Be the one that's actually going to buy Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Put a one in the chat if you've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it's okay if you haven't. We're giving you this is exactly what this call is about. We're showing you exactly how to become and how to do these things. Emotional intelligence. A lot of us understand our emotions, but we don't actually understand what being emotional intelligence is about. So when we come across other people's emotions, we're left, you get what I'm saying? We're left in the middle of nowhere, developing the leader within you. I believe everyone is a leader. Some people are born leaders, some people actually can be taught to lead. Developing the leader within you. You're reading it now. It's changing how you see things. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Tafare, I like the way you think. A lot of comments that you put in this. We gotta have a conversation. I like you, bro. No homo. Think and grow rich. Think and grow rich is the one. Yeah. Trading in the zone. These are things that we do. You too. So wait, everyone take a everyone take a screenshot of this, please. Everybody take a screenshot of this because you're gonna need this. Whether you use it and buy these books or not, well, sorry, whether you use it and buy these books and elevate your life, or you don't and you just stay where you are now, I can't help you. I'm only just, you could take a fish to the water, take a horse to the water. Sorry, I'm talking about fish, bugging. You get me? So, audios, these are the ones. Everyone, you drive, we listen to Spotify, we listen to music. Hey, there's no excuses why nobody should not be listening to Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret. Kevin Trudeau, Your Wish is Your Command. Jim Ron, Building Network Marketing Business. Justin Owens, he's got numerous, crazy amount of content out there. These are the things we should be listening to. I just told you guys about your diet. Now, I we'll we'll have our things that we like to listen to. I like rap music. I like my rap music. I like my music, but at the same time, I I'm aware of how it affects me. Now, let me go in tomorrow, wake up in the morning, listen to Lil Durk, and see how my day goes. Not that doesn't mean I'm gonna have a bad day, but let me see how my day goes. Is it gonna be any different to what I've done in the past? Probably not. All right, let me listen to something new. Let me give myself something. Let me give my brain something it's never had. Let me listen to some Jim Ron. I bet you I make a bag that day. You understand? So yeah. All right. So for the Sammy's Zoom calls and everything else, which I haven't spoke on, there's loads of mindset calls. There's loads of like so all of our calls, even this call, guys. Yeah. That's where we are right now. Even this call, all of these calls, everything that you may miss will be on the House of Riches YouTube. Okay, so hold up. What I want to see, right? And I know it's getting late, but I actually want to see this because I'm actually this ball that I'm about to drop on you guys is the game changer, especially for me. Hold on, hold up. So House of Riches, yeah? House of Riches YouTube. There is 836 subscribers. Mr. Bonds just put the link into the chat. I want to see those subscribers go up right now. And thank me later. Trust me when I say this. Do not just subscribe and don't look at anything. Subscribe and go through these videos. I have done so numerous times. No one told me to do it. I just did it. And like we all got times when we're bored. We're on the train, we're in bed, we can't sleep, you could be on the toilet. It doesn't matter where you are. There's gonna be times you have a 20 minutes to yourself, a half an hour to yourself, and Okay, we got more subscribers. Let's keep going. I know we haven't all subscribed. Let's go. Because this page here, guys, listen to someone who's got maybe some of the results that you want. And I'm just telling you exactly how I did it, right? These are the things. Like I said, don't just subscribe and just leave it there. Go through these things and tell me later how it affected you. And like I said, if it hasn't done nothing for you. I'll give you back your money because I'm certain as to what's gonna happen, guys. Okay? So, okay, the subscribers going up. So keep them coming because there's how many of us on this call? There's 60 of us on this call and only 10 of us have subscribed. Is that really what's going on? Okay, mental. Um, schedule, guys. Okay, maybe the schedule. So the schedule might need a bit of updating. So just bear this in mind, all right? Make sure every day, make sure Monday, 8 p.m. every week you're free. Tuesday and at least Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, every time, 8 p.m. Now, we might have a bit more Zoom calls at other times and whatnot, but those three on a weekly basis, if you can plug into those three every single week for 3 to 6 months, that is it. That's it. All right. It's just like going to the gym. If you go to the gym, 8 p.m. on all three, yeah. If you pay for the gym and you don't go, nothing's gonna happen at all. You're going to look the same, and you're gonna wonder why. Why? This is exactly the same, right, guys? So don't pay for your subscription, and I'm just telling you where the gems are. There's loads of different Zoom calls. There's loads of things you could spend your time doing in this company, but I'm just telling you guys where you should really probably put your time and where to get the most out of it. So Monday, 8 p.m. Never miss that ever. If you do, like I said, go on here. Not a lot of people miss a Zoom call and go back and watch it on YouTube. Now they've just lost. What's my max earnings for a month? Huh. Um, do you know what? I'm not gonna answer that specifically because it's not really that type of thing. That's a cheeky question, but I could definitely say a healthy four figures when I was a beginner, right? That's what I'm gonna say. A healthy four figures when I was a beginner, right? So, any questions before we close out there, guys? Do you know what? Message me separately and I'll show you. But any questions before we move on? How much did I start with? Even that, I started with £500. I started with £500. You lot are crazy. You lot are crazy. No, it's just guys. Now, in all seriousness, though, like stick to the product, stick to your mentors, stick to what you're told, and you will make money. Don't worry about figures that somebody else made. Make them yourself, right? Trust me. And like they say, what's the saying? I'm bad with sayings, but what's the saying about your five best friends and the people you put yourself around? Like, I can't lie. When I came into the company, before I closed this Zoom call, because I know it's 9 o'clock now, the last thing I'm going to say, when I came into this company, I didn't know a lot of people. I didn't know Bonds. I didn't know Sammy. Um, I wasn't around Melando as much as his family. There's a lot of people, right? I knew to myself, get around these people. How much money do they make? I'm not going to speak on Zoom. Get yourself around them and they'll tell you. I needed to get around these people. I told them that as well when I even met them. I needed to get around you guys. I got around them. Things are looking different. What I now see as a lot of money probably isn't, respectfully. And you guys could all do the same. Your network is your net worth. I've given you guys the game plan. The office is in Hammersmith. What's an advice for someone? What's an advice someone gave you in the beginning that you stuck with that you can share with us? Um, Trust in the process because in this game there might be a period where you're maybe not winning money. Like you might go for a little while of you and you're just losing money back to back to back to back and you're like, nah, this ain't for me, or something just ain't working. Trust me, if you just stick to it, eventually it's just going to switch around very quickly. A lot of people in my team was like in their own journeys was like, I'm leaving, I'm not making money, I'm leaving, I'm not making money, I'm leaving, I'm not making money. I say just keep trying, see what happens. Now they make more money than a lot of people, right? uh cool. All right, guys, so let me just answer these few questions before I hop off. What was my earnings the first 3 months? What's the address of the office? 12 Hammersmith Grove. All right, how long did it take me to master the scanners? Between 1 to 3 months. And everyone else, I've never seen it take anyone any longer than 1 to 3 months. If you buy in the market and the market's going down, in the lot size high, is it necessary to put SL? It's always necessary to put SL. Never trade without one. That's like smoking while you're filling your car up with petrol and then crying that your face is on fire. You always want to make sure your stop loss is there. All right, guys. So I've got a Zoom the postcode. All right, guys. I've got another Zoom call, a very important Zoom call. So we're gonna post the office address into there. You guys can find me there. You can find all of them money people that I was talking to you about. Guys, get around Milando, get around Sammy, get around Bonds. And I said, what happens, happens, guys. It happened to me. Okay. So can you spend it? All right. So that's pretty much all I have to do, guys. That's all I can do. Timing is timing, and I actually have to move on. So I appreciate you guys for your time. Thank you very much. And yeah, have a good night, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right. Appreciate you. Adios, mi amigos.